So hello, making a video in front of the purple flower tree. It's beautiful. Those are purple rhododendron. I love them. And it's beautiful how the sun shines into them. It's just gorgeous. I need to make this video in regards to the Humane Farming Association. There's a lot of problems with this title and with that association, with that organization. So let me start with the name. Humane does not always mean kind, obviously, because most humans are not kind. Thus, the word humane needs to be recycled. And it should be recycled into something that is more universally understandable and clear. Namely, a word such as kind and compassionate and loving and all-encompassing, so, and non-dualistic and non-greedy. Okay, so now let's say Humane was replaced in this title, Humane Farming Association. Let's say Humane was replaced with any or all of these terms that I just listed. Then, and also, of course, that's what they think humane is. That's what they think humane means. So now we're having a real serious lie here at hand. Because, and I'll tell you in a second, because obviously, this particular organization is not there to be all-encompassing, protective, protecting habeas corpus of the other living beings, or any of these things, or compassionate, or any of that. Okay, so I tested them. That was a couple of years ago. I was very upset about a local farm. They called themselves Biofarm, and I've tested a biofarm in Germany too, and they're the same thing. It's totally unethical and cruel what they did. But in this case, in the United States, not only were they unethical and cruel, they were like really cruel. Okay? And so, organic doesn't mean much anymore when a farm is cruel to the animals. The whole point is to be kind to the animals, not just have some kind of sort of minor environmental standard that they're obeying, but be kind, be caring, be compassionate too, And I don't see it. It's like, when that happens in the world, that a farm is kind and compassionate, that's less than 1%. That's more like 1 in 10 million or something like this. Seriously, about 1 in 10 million farms worldwide that can call themselves ahimsa, which means non-violence. It's a Sanskrit word, a title that is awarded to farms that do not tear the babies away from their mothers, that do not make them scream for their babies in agony and pain. So, the local farm that I was inspecting, they were tearing the babies away from the mothers. They had 3-day-old babies all like encapsulated away from their mothers. They need their mothers. They're mammals. All mammals have to be with their mothers when they're born, and for a long time. This is the foundation of having a brain that functions well, that feels secure, that feels safe for all of us, humans, cows, dogs, any mammal out there. Mammal means They nurse their babies, you know. This is a bonding experience. This is not just for nutrition. This is for everything, all the way around. And the babies don't even get the milk from the mothers, you know. They don't even get the antibodies, you know, the protective stuff that is in the milk for them. And the fat that they desperately need that is in the milk for their brains to develop well. So these cows grow up in fear. They grow up with neurological problems also. And sometimes they just destroy them. So they don't have any problems with that. They don't see the other living being, you know. So I was really upset. I was doing what I could to bring attention to this, to petition against the cruel practices and all of this. So, and that particular farm locally, they were also putting some of the baby cows into those igloo compartments, you know, like cages where they couldn't even see the other babies. They could not even see any other living being out of this. Sort of some kind of like a quarantine situation. And I asked them what the reason was for this, and they said that their immune systems were compromised and they needed to be away from the others because they had some kind of diseases or they were prone to diseases or whatever. It made no sense what they said, because isolating away an infant mammal from the mother and from any other living being is the opposite of helping them. It makes their immune systems suffer indefinitely more even than before. So it really makes the immune system compromised. It makes them suffer. It causes extreme fear, insecurity, extreme feelings of isolation and abandonment, and it's torture is what that is. Yeah. So I was very upset. I tried to do my best to get other people to be involved, to go vegan, to not feed into this anymore, and also to write petition letters to the different legislations. Now we have the Humane Farming Association, which is sort of like, kind of like, you know, it's like this organization there, I don't know, partly funded by the government or something. They're supposed to be sort of like the FDA or something, sort of, you know, to be the controller, to be the unit that looks over their shoulders to make sure that everything is done correctly, to make sure that the farms are within the standards of the cruelty law, you know, that they don't breach those cruelty laws, that they don't do something that is cruel, that hurts another living being, that makes another living being suffer. So they're supposed to be there to make sure that to regulate this, and to see how they are practicing their farming, and how they are practicing their so-called animal husbandry, which is the word for farming, you know, the farming practices and handling of animals, you know, that has to be done in a caring, in a supportive, habeas corpus, supportive way, in a way to make sure that no animal suffers. Okay, this is very, very excruciatingly important. So me, naive, you know, I didn't expect anything. I write to, that was a couple of years ago, to the Humane Farming Association. There was a lady there, assistant, and I said, this is what's happening. They tear the babies away from the mothers, and this is being accepted, and this is like accepted in the US. It seems to be accepted worldwide even, and no one says anything. And and whether the Humane Farming Association could help me with this and regulate this and straighten this out so that the farmers, at least here in the US, that's what they're for, the Humane Farming Association, for the US farm animals. That's what they're supposed to be for the US farm animals. Guess what that lady said to me when I asked her to help me with this, to outlaw the separation of mother and baby, to keep to make sure that they stay together, okay, so that the baby can be with the mother. It's the most important thing there is, so, and that the baby can drink the mother's milk, so that there is no suffering involved, okay. This is what she said. She says, if we did it that way, then it wouldn't be profitable. That was a brief, blatant, right in my face, not even concealed, quick answer to my plea. And with that, it didn't even have any sense for me to even write back or continue any kind of conversation, or there wasn't even any conversation. It was just a refusal to change these cruel practices and a refusal from the Humane, in quotation marks, Farming Association to help me with this. So a flat out refusal. So what she basically said is, in different words, what's implied in that statement is that they are only working for the farmers, not for the animals. But the word humane is supposed to mean no cruelty, no cruel type of animal handling, no suffering, okay. So an animal handling that implies no suffering for the animals. That's what they are supposed to make sure to guarantee for the animals, the Humane Farming Association. I don't know. I'm trying to bring this in as many words as possible so that this is being understood, because a lot of people don't understand it. Some people don't want to understand it. Some people will misunderstand it deliberately. So I'm bringing this in as clear of terminology, also in as clear of legally understandable terminology to the world. Okay. The Humane Farming Association is there supposed to be to guarantee that the animals do not suffer, but the animals are suffering, and me petitioning for the animals, saying make sure that they don't separate the babies from the mothers, and the reply is that would not be profitable, means they are not working for the animals. Is this clear? Does this make sense? For anyone out there who is in a complete resistance to helping animals, that's what I'm making this video for. Or for anyone who is not informed or would rather see that humans are good or something. So I make this very, very clear now. The Humane Farming Association is not that what it claims to be. Okay? It's not working for the animals, it's working for the farmers. It's working for profit. And of course, I don't know if that's how they started out to be, just to be some kind of strawman organization, or whether it gradually became like this because people with vested interest have taken on seats within the Humane Farming Association, which I think is the case. This is often the case in a lot of those different bureaus and associations and organizations and supposed to monitor situation groups, okay, supposed to control, supposed to regulate things, look after the well-being, so they start out supposed to help, And then the wrong people jump on the bandwagon and turn this whole thing around. It happened to Greenpeace even. Greenpeace has been eaten alive by a mind mold. Okay? So because people with vested interest jumped into their legislative positions and completely turned the entire organization. They kicked the good people out. They even kicked the founder out. Paul Watson, the founder of Greenpeace, they kicked him out. So later he founded Sea Shepherd. So that has not died. That has not gone. That has not been infected. Okay, because the reason why Greenpeace got infected is because Paul Watson, believing in democracy, believing in equal rights to say something, had it completely democratic. So that means any kind of corrupt person can come on there and then make democratic decisions for the corporate agenda, kick him out and every good person, and completely take over. So that's why he changed this and has a fair democratic, but not completely where it can be completely taken over. So he has some internal security checks in there, so this does not happen again at Sea Shepherd. I don't know what's going to happen to Sea Shepherd after he is no longer there, or after the real good people are no longer there, in the far future. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I can just only hope that there will only be good people in that organization that continue his legacy, that continue kindness. But for Greenpeace, that has been hollowed out by the wrong people and turned completely into something else other than Greenpeace, other than green, okay, other than caring. So it's a cruel organization now. And they're even in support of whale slaughter and baby fur seal butchering. This is how far it has become. People need to know this. So in the same way, the Humane Farming Association has either always been like this, some kind of just like a facade organization to do corruption and to siphon money away, donation money and so on, from other groups that deserve it more, or it has gradually become corrupted, which I think is probably the case. So I just wanted people to know, please do not donate money to the Humane Farming Association. They're not working for the animals. Don't donate money to Greenpeace either. They're completely corrupted. Okay, so you guys take care. Peace out.